I don't know about you, but I feel so blessed to be here. And this energy of Sai that's been filling this place, filling our hearts and soul. I'm sure each one of us have felt Swami's presence. And I hope we carry this with us when we go back home tonight. I want to take this opportunity before I forget. Baba says it's so important to thank people. I want to thank the Port of Spain Sai Center chairperson, Sister Gayatri, for allowing me to do this offering, and for everyone to be part of this. Because the more we get together, the more we explore Swami's teachings, the more we try to understand his divinity, the more we begin to understand our own. And the more we feel connection with him, we are actually establishing connection within our own self. And this is the beauty of that spiritual path. Like we started this morning with meditation on his form, and that form led to the formless, the aspect of divinity where there are no limitations. Even the name and form is a limiting factor to this limitless, unconditionally divine principle. Salokya, Baba says, Sarupya, Samipya, and Sayujya. These are the 4 words he uses to show us the path to that ultimate fulfillment of oneness with the divine. And we ended with a lovely song, Soham, Soham, that am I, that am I, that am I. I call Krishna, but I end with Soham, that am I. I call Jesus, I end with Soham, that am I. I call Rama, it all leads us to the same one goal, the divine principle that we all are. Salokya, as Baba would explain, is where we get together. This satsang, this is Salokya. Sa is divine, Lokya is a divinity. So Salokya, we enter into this world of divinity through satsangs, through study circles, through get-togethers, through bhajans, through discussions, through listening of Swami's discourses and teachings. We get into this world which is divine. And then we come across a name and a form that speaks to our heart. Sarupya, a form that we associate with divinity. And then we adopt this form as our gateway to the formless. And then we engage this form, build a relation with this form. We engage with this form in deep conversations. We meditate on this form. We talk to this form. We think of this form day in and day out. This name and form becomes a very fabric of our soul. It brings us closer. Samipya. The divine proximity is established. And as this proximity becomes more and more and more concrete, more evident, more prominent, more explicit in our lives, we begin to experience a sense of mergence, Sayujya, where slowly you and the form become one. Many of us feel that this attaining of oneness, we get a glimpse of it in our meditations or in our prayer or during a bhajan chanting. We feel that experience of heightened consciousness, oneness with Swami, and then we lose it and we beat ourselves. Why not we hold that forever? But here is where Baba gave us such a beautiful exposition that it is not necessary to hold on to that forever. You could, if you can. It is a divine blessing and the grace. But that is the highest state. And he explains to us, because one boy said, how do I, Swami, hold you all the time in that highest philosophy that you want us to practice? How do we hold you there? How do we be in that state all the time? Baba says, why do you have to be in that state all the time? In any state, you can still experience that oneness. How? And this is how he beautifully explains. He said, when Vibhishana was in Lanka, and he noticed Hanuman in all his glory and action, he asked Hanuman, so what is your secret? What is your relation with Rama? And then Hanuman says, and Swami said this applies to all of us. And Hanuman tells him that when I am in my body consciousness, when I think I am Hanuman, then I am a servant and He is my master. I obey whatever He tells me to do. When I associate myself with my emotions and my mind, then I become a devotee and He is my Lord. I worship Him. But in my deep meditations, when I close my eyes and experience my spirit, then Rama and I are one. And Baba went on to explain that at any state, it is that same oneness that is reflected as a relationship. So you being a servant and Baba being the master is an expression of that oneness. But it expresses itself through your body relationship, because at this point, I am Sunder, you're Terry, and so on and so forth. We associate ourselves with the name and form, and therefore we have a role here. But it is an expression of that oneness. I'm a servant, you're my master. You tell me what to do, I will do. And then we go deeper and sometimes experience a heightened emotion, state of emotion in bhakti, in aloneness with God. We experience that oneness in conversation. And then we begin to worship Him. So out of the sheer joy of being there, the closeness is established, samipya, where He becomes our Lord and we become a devotee.